Hey YouTube, time for some unprotected lefts. It's Sunday, the sun is at high, it's up high in the sky, it's about 1 o'clock. We got after church traffic here in Jacksonville. Not too bad, it's not a work day, but let's knock out some UPLs on version 10.11.1 and see what we get. Round one. Needs to creep. Slowly, slowly. Wow, boy, it kind of aggressively did. It's wide open to the left and to the right. Should proceed, no problem. Ooh, wow, middle lane. First run. I don't like it to go in the middle lane. It's okay if it did. It was wide open. It's not illegal. I just wonder if that's a new behavior. Interesting. We'll give that a couple looks. Here we go again. Good at the stop line. Let's creep a little slower this time. A little slower. Gosh, okay. It needs to go. Okay, I had to intervene there both directions. I couldn't get in the right angle there for the median, so I was afraid my rear end was going to stick out, so I went ahead and accelerated the middle lane. So that time it did not do the correct creep. It continued to creep into the lane with oncoming traffic coming at about 55 miles an hour, and I intervened with the accelerator on that one. All right, so with traffic, unsuccessful. Try again. Okay, here we go again. There's the stop line. Slowly, slower, slower, slowly. Take a peek. Okay, it's clear left and clear right. Commit, all the way, all the way. Okay, went to the middle lane again. Interesting. Okay, traffic was starting to come from the right, but it was wide open to the left, no traffic. I almost don't even like those scenarios. The light was stopped to the traffic light to the right, so it had the full 3 lanes to use, and it chose to go to the middle lane. That's a little bit of a new behavior. It was pretty consistent to the left lane before. We'll try again. All right. See if we get any traffic this time from the left. There's the stop line. The creep is definitely much quicker today. Stop there. Okay, it needs to stay there. That's a pretty good spot. I think, if I lean my head back to the B pillar, I've got a pretty good range. If I lean all the way forward, I can see all the cars coming, and I can tell we need to wait a little while. I got a car in front now that it needs to honor. Traffic is going to be busy from the right for the next few seconds. So, okay, here is the gap from the left. This car should proceed in front of me, but now we have traffic from the right. So let's see how it waits here. The brake's popping a little bit. You can probably hear that. We're still clear from the left, and now there's its gap. Hey, it chose the right spot. See where it goes, left lane or middle lane. That time it went to the left lane. That was really good. It had left traffic to wait for, it had median traffic to wait for, and it needed to wait a little bit from the right. Fortunately, it was still clear from the left. So that is step 1, step 2, step 3. If you're not going to use the median, how you have to do this problem. A little bit of an aggressive speed to the creep line, but I think I could get used to that if I can trust it. We'll try some more. All right. Let's see what we got this time. Slow. Ooh, it's an aggressive creep. It's definitely a new behavior on the creep. There's a very small gap here, but it's busy from the right, so it needs to wait, and it is waiting. The creep is aggressive. If I know it's going to stop, I don't mind it, but with previous experience, when it has that aggressive creep, it's continued on a few times. So there's a gap from the left and from the right. It can go now, but it has to go. No, don't go now. Okay, it waited. That was a good decision. I feel like I'm almost into the lane. I know from the drone view it's probably going to show I'm not, but it needs to wait on this truck. Wait. Okay. That truck tapped his brakes. So now I goosed it into the road, and the truck ended up tapping his brakes. I could see his hood go down a little bit. I needed to just give him another second and a half and then proceed. There's a nice gap behind it, but it decided to proceed into the lane in front of that truck. It probably would have stopped in that first lane is my guess, but that's not what you do in traffic like this. I'm gonna tap that one for the camera for the team to tag, because that was a good use case where it needed to wait a little bit longer, not much longer, just a little bit. We'll try again. All right, there's the stop line. Got a truck in front, needs to wait. Interesting, so when the truck is there, it's not aggressive. Well, it is going out to its creep line now, but it's acting different. It didn't aggressively go to the creep line this time. We need to wait. Okay, I had to intervene big time on that one. It started going into the lane. There were two cars that time in both the right and the center lane, and I did not have time to reverse that time. It was moving forward when I tapped the accelerator aggressively. That was as close as I like to take them. I probably should have hit the brake a little sooner, but I didn't expect it to jump on that one because it had a pretty good view. All right, good stop line. A little bit slower creep that time. It might have been because of that crossing truck. We got a car in front it needs to yield to, wide open from the left and from the right. So other than the interaction with that car in the median, which it was good, it didn't even completely wait. It did emerge behind like it did on the previous version. So that is a dynamic maneuver. Obviously, it depends on the projected trajectory of that other vehicle, which is pretty reliable, I would imagine, in that scenario. So that was an easy one, but it was a good interaction with median traffic. All right, good stop line. It's a good creep, okay, with lots of traffic. So it's a nice steady creep to a good visibility location. Now I do have a car behind me. You guys know how I don't like to wait forever in scenarios, but there's a lot of traffic coming from the left and a lot of traffic coming from the right, so it's appropriate to wait here. Now there's a tiny gap here that you could go to the median, but it's waiting, I think, here because of the traffic from the right, which is logical for the current. That was a scenario I could have gone to the median. Now with this car in the median, you can't really go to the median. So there's a gap from the left and it needs to go now, probably. Yeah, perfect. Okay, right. Little slow in the road, but it had plenty of buffer there. See if it goes into the left lane. Left lane that time. So a little bit of inconsistency on the left lane versus the middle lane. Not exactly sure what it's thinking there. Maybe this is this new lanes neural net that's working. But that did a good job. It waited for gaps for both directions, and it did a good commit speed that did not stop or slow down. So I think that's going to be the last one I do, only because I like to end on a good note if I can. I think that the performance, I would say, is the same. It's mixed. The only definite difference I noticed today was the creeping was a little bit more aggressive, and it stopped in kind of the spot it needed to stop for the B-pillar location, a little bit further forward than I needed to go as a human, but as long as it's not in the lane to where it makes the drivers in the closest lane uncomfortable, I'm okay with that. That'll work. And then the situations where it failed pretty badly today were stopping in the lane with oncoming traffic and not providing the necessary commit. Those may have happened because of oncoming traffic from the right, and without median logic, the only way I know how to solve that is to wait longer till it's definitely clear both directions. So, that's just a hard problem to solve in all scenarios. So median logic is important, I think, in the long run with the current, in any configuration. Not this configuration doesn't have anything to do with median logic. I think it needs it. I have been working with the ADAS drivers a little bit, helping them find some turns in different locations where perhaps they can get some film of this, and it's just not me filming it for them. So hopefully that will help out. Not here in Jacksonville. Maybe Elon's tweet about version 10.12 that's upcoming being focused a little bit on unprotected lefts has a little bit to do with that. Maybe they're focusing a little bit more attention on it. That would be great news. I can't wait to 10.12. But anyway, that's all I've got for you today. 10.11.1 unprotected left-hand turns. Have a great day.